Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're digging into a really influential book, actually, The New Rules of Lifting for Abs. It came out back in 2010, written by Schuler and Alwyn Cosgrove.
That's right, a book that definitely made some waves.
It really did. And our mission here is to pull out those key insights for you, looking at how it aims to build not just, visible abs, but a genuinely strong core, better posture, and crucially, a healthy, maybe even pain-free spine.
And right off the bat, it goes hard against some traditional ideas. It's pretty myth-busting from the get-go.
Yeah, what are the big ones it tackles first?
Well, the first major myth they just, boom, take down is this idea that crunches equal abs. The classic approach.
Right, everyone does crunches for abs.
Exactly. But the book argues pretty strongly that doing endless crunches doesn't automatically mean you'll have a healthy or strong core. And worse, they suggest it can actually pose a real risk of spinal injury.
Wow. Okay, that's a big claim right there. Spinal injury risk from crunches.
It is. It makes you stop and think, doesn't it?
Definitely. So what's the second myth they dismantle? Because that first one is like fitness dogma for so many people.
Totally. The second one is maybe even more fundamental. The idea that you can isolate the core.
Like just working your lower abs or just your obliques?
Precisely. They argue that a truly healthy core, it functions as one unified system. It involves everything, upper core, lower core, those deep stabilizing muscles, even your hips. They all have to work together.
So you can't just like pick and choose parts?
You really can't. Not if you want genuine functional strength. The whole system needs to be trained as, well, a system.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense when you put it like that. So if it's not about crunches and it's not about isolation, what is the core philosophy here? What's the mindset shift they're pushing for?
It really boils down to what they call the spine-first philosophy.
Spine first, okay.
Yeah, the emphasis shifts completely. Instead of just focusing on spinal flexion, that forward bending you get with crunches, the goal becomes training for spinal stability and balance.
Keeping the spine safe and strong, essentially.
Exactly. And they present this as the absolute key to achieving a pain-free back, better movement in everyday life, not just chasing washboard abs. It's about building that resilient foundation first.
Right. Building from the inside out, protecting the spine. I like that. So, okay, if that's the philosophy, how does it translate into the actual workouts? Like, what does a session look like according to this book? It must be pretty different.
Oh, it definitely is. They structure each workout around 4 integrated parts, really comprehensive.
4 parts. Okay. What are they?
So, first up, dynamic warm-ups. Forget holding stretches for ages. This is about activating muscles, mobilizing your joints, getting the body ready to move properly.
Accent, active prep.
Then second, there's dedicated core training, but it's not crunches. It's focused on the abs, yes, but also the lower back, the hips, using integrated stabilization exercises. Think planks, side planks, things that challenge stability.
Okay, stability, focused core work.
Yeah.
Got it. What's third?
Third is strength training, proper strength work, using compound movements, squats, deadlifts, lunges, presses, exercises that hit multiple muscle groups. This builds overall muscle, power, and helps with lean conditioning.
Right, the big lifts that naturally engage the core anyway.
Precisely. And finally, number 4 is metabolic work. These are like short bursts of intense activity, kind of like cardio, designed to really boost fat loss and your overall fitness level.
So it's warm-up, core stability, full body strength, and then a metabolic finisher. That sounds intense, but complete.
It is. It covers all the bases in a really efficient way.
So it's a total package,
Yeah.
Which naturally leads me to ask, what other old school fitness ideas does this book really challenge or debunk? I bet there are a few more we're probably guilty of following.
Oh, absolutely. They definitely call out a few common practices. We already hit on crunches being overrated and potentially risky, right?
Yeah.
They really hammer home the point about spinal discompression without much functional payoff.
Yeah, that point landed. What else?
Another huge one is bad posture. They argue it actively worsens your core function. Think about everyday life, like sitting at a desk all day.
Guilty.
Right. It can flatten the natural curve in your lower back. And if you're slouching, that constant flexion just makes it worse. Your core just can't fire properly if your spine isn't aligned well to begin with.
That's a really important connection. Posture impacts core strength directly.
Massively. It's foundational.
Okay, so if crunches are out, or at least de-emphasized, and posture is key, what should we be doing instead? What exercises do they actually recommend for building this stable, functional core?
Great question. They focus on exercises that promote stability and control, and they emphasize progression. So you might start with basic planks, but then you move on.
To what? Like holding them longer?
Longer, yes, but also variations. Side planks, planks where you lift an arm or a leg that adds a huge stability challenge. Then there are anti-rotation holds.
Anti-rotation, like stopping movement.
Exactly. The paddle-off press is a classic example. You use a cable or band pulling you sideways, and your job is just to stay perfectly still, resisting that rotation. Really teaches core stiffness.
I see. Challenging the core to prevent unwanted movement.
Spot on. And they also love things like Swiss ball rollouts. Those are tough, but fantastic for challenging core stability through a big range of motion.
Okay, planks, anti-rotation, rollouts. Anything else?
Yes, and this is crucial. They stress integrated compound movement stabilization. Basically recognizing that heavy, well-performed squats, deadlifts, overhead presses, lunges, these are core exercises. They force your deep core muscles to stabilize your spine under load.
So the strength training part is core training too.
Absolutely integrated. And the focus throughout is on deep core engagement. We're talking about activating muscles like the transverse abdominis, your body's internal weight belt, the multifidus along the spine, your obliques, the pelvic floor. It's way beyond just flexing the six-pack muscle, the rectus abdominis, which is all crunches really do.
That's a much deeper, more holistic view of the core musculature.
Really interesting. So for someone listening, for you, thinking, okay, I'm sold on the philosophy, what does the actual program in the book look like? How's it laid out?
It's actually very practical. They give you a full 3-month structured program, clear stages, clear workouts.
3 months. Manageable.
Definitely.
Oh.
And it's designed so you can actually scale it up, potentially into a whole year-long plan if you want. It provides that longer-term vision.
And how do they help with actually doing the exercises?
That's a great point. The book is packed with, I think it's over 150 black and white photos, really clear visuals showing proper form, technique, how to progress exercises, super helpful to avoid mistakes.
Visuals were key for exercise form.
Good.
And time-wise. Is it going to take over your life?
Not at all, actually. That's one of the selling points. The workouts are designed to be efficient. You're looking at roughly 3 hours per week total.
3 hours. That's really doable for most people. Yeah, because it combines the full body strength, the core work, and those metabolic bursts all into those sessions. Pretty efficient package.
Okay, practical program, good visuals, time efficient. That ticks a lot of boxes. Now, I remember hearing it wasn't just about the gym stuff. Does the book get into lifestyle things like nutrition or daily movement?
It absolutely does. They understand it's not just about the workouts. The nutrition advice is very sensible, very common sense.
Not some crazy restrictive diet then.
No, not at all. It's flexible, sustainable, focuses on giving your body good fuel, supporting performance and health without being overly dogmatic or fad-driven.
Sensible nutrition. Refreshing. What about movement outside the gym?
Big emphasis on that too. They really encourage active living, just finding ways to move more throughout your day.
Like taking the stairs, walking more.
Exactly. Daily movement, maybe playing sports, taking walk breaks at work. They even frame things like drinking enough water as a kind of purposeful movement, getting up to refill your bottle. It's about weaving activity into the fabric of your day, not just relying on those 3 hours in the gym.
I like that perspective.
Yeah.
Making movement normal, not just schedule. Okay, so bringing this all together, what's the big aha moment here? Why does this approach work so well, according to the book, and maybe what readers have said? What's the key takeaway for you listening?
The core takeaway, I think. It's that profound shift in understanding, realizing that a strong core isn't just about looks or doing a million crunches. It's fundamentally about reclaiming your body's natural strength and protecting your spine for the long haul.
Function and longevity over just aesthetics.
Precisely. And this book gives you the how. That's why it works. You've got the spine-first philosophy ensuring safety. You've got the integrated training, activation, strength, cardio, hitting everything efficiently.
Right, the whole package.
Then there's the progressive difficulty. You're always challenged, always adapting, so you don't just plateau. It's time efficient and scalable, fitting into real lives but offering long-term potential. And crucially, it ties in smart nutrition and movement habits, making it a truly sustainable lifestyle approach.
And what did readers think? Did it resonate?
Oh, definitely. The feedback reflects that. You hear things like the basics, stop doing crunches, work up to dynamic core work that engage all your stabilizing muscles. People got that message.
That's clear feedback.
Yeah, and others calling it common sense, backed up by science. Workouts look intense, which they are, but in a good way. And comments like it being intimidating and effective while the nutrition just makes sense. It clearly struck a chord by being practical, science-based, and focused on results that matter health and function.
It really sounds like the new rules of lifting for abs offers a powerful science-backed framework. It truly seems to reframe core training, making it about function, safety, sustainability, way beyond just, endless sit-ups. A much smarter approach.
Absolutely. And thinking about all this, it really raises an important question for you listening. If core strength is fundamentally about protecting your spine, improving how you move, basically enhancing your quality of life, what's one small sustainable step you could take, maybe even this week, to start prioritizing that more holistic spine-first approach in your own routine?